On November 21, 2024, Russia unveiled a new weapon in its war against Ukraine, the Oreshnik missile. This wasn't just another strike, it was a message to the world. Moscow showcased its latest military technology, immediately sparking global concern. The Oreshnik's debut coincided with the war's 1,000th day, and followed the West's approval for Ukraine to use long-range missiles on Russian soil. Russia had called that a red line. The Oreshnik was its answer. President Putin claimed the missile was unstoppable and could change modern warfare. Suddenly, the war's narrative shifted from front lines to the risk of global escalation. The Oreshnik is a hypersonic missile, traveling at extreme speeds and making interception nearly impossible. Its range puts all of Europe within reach, forcing countries to rethink their defenses. The missile's true impact is psychological and political, an unmistakable warning. It's a tool of intimidation, signaling a new, more dangerous phase in international relations. The world must now confront the reality of this weapon and its implications for the future. The Oreshnik isn't just advanced engineering, it's a game changer. It raises the stakes for everyone involved, pushing the world closer to direct confrontation. For Russia, it's a show of strength. For the West, it's a wake-up call. The missile's arrival has forced a global reassessment of security. It's not just about Ukraine anymore, it's about the balance of power in Europe. The Oreshnik's message is clear: Russia is willing to escalate. The world is now on edge, watching what comes next. The future of global security may depend on how leaders respond to this new threat. The Oreshnik is more than a missile. It's a symbol of a shifting world order. The stakes have never been higher. The Oreshnik is Russia's new intermediate-range ballistic missile, or IRBM. With a range of 2,500 to 5,000 kilometers, it can strike any European capital from western Russia. This reach has alarmed NATO, fundamentally altering Europe's security landscape. What truly sets the Oreshnik apart is its speed, reportedly Mach 10, or over 12,000 kilometers per hour. At such velocity, existing missile defenses have little chance to intercept it. The missile's payload is equally concerning. It can carry both conventional and nuclear warheads. In Ukraine, it reportedly delivered 6 warheads, capable of hitting multiple targets or focusing on one for maximum destruction. This flexibility makes it a formidable weapon. Western intelligence believes the Oreshnik is based on the RS-26 Rubezh, an older missile design that's been upgraded. By repurposing existing technology, Russia accelerated its deployment. Whether it's ready for mass production is debated, but its use in Ukraine proves it's operational. The Oreshnik's dual-use capability, conventional and nuclear, adds to its danger. Putin claims its conventional strike can rival a small nuclear weapon in destructive power. This blurs the line between conventional and nuclear warfare. The missile's debut has forced NATO to reconsider its own missile defenses. The Oreshnik is not just a weapon, it's a strategic shift. Its arrival marks a new era of military competition in Europe. The threat is real, and the world is taking notice. Russia's missile arsenal is vast, but the Oreshnik stands out for its unique combination of speed, range, and payload. Unlike the air-launched Kinzhal or sea-launched Zircon, the Oreshnik is ground-launched and mobile, making it harder to detect and destroy. Its ballistic trajectory allows it to reach high altitudes before re-entering the atmosphere at hypersonic speeds. The missile carries multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs, each capable of striking different targets. This overwhelms missile defenses, which must intercept several warheads at once. Compared to the Iskander, a short-range missile, the Oreshnik's reach is in a different league, up to 5,000 kilometers. It's not a battlefield weapon, it's a strategic tool for deep strikes. Its use signals a major escalation and a willingness to deploy advanced systems previously held in reserve. The psychological impact is profound. Putin claims it's immune to all missile defenses, sowing doubt among adversaries. This is psychological warfare, designed to fracture alliances and undermine political will. The Oreshnik is as much about intimidation as destruction. Its deployment is meant to make Ukraine's allies question their ability to protect themselves. The uncertainty it creates is a powerful weapon in itself. The Oreshnik is a political statement as much as a military one. It's a warning. Resistance may be futile. The world must now contend with this new reality. On November 21, 2024, Russia used the Oreshnik missile in combat for the first time, targeting the Ukrainian city of Dnipro. The strike hit a factory complex, serving as both a military operation and a public demonstration. President Putin quickly announced the missile's use, boasting of its speed and destructive power. He claimed it was as devastating as a nuclear strike, but without radioactive fallout. The message: Russia's new superweapon is ready for action. Ukrainian officials confirmed the attack and condemned it as a severe escalation. President Zelensky called for urgent Western support, specifically advanced air defense systems. Ukraine's current defenses were no match for the Oreshnik. The strike was a calculated move. Russia gathered real-world data and sent a powerful message to both its citizens and the world. For the Kremlin, it was proof of technological superiority. For the West, it was a stark warning. Russia's most advanced weapons are now in play. The rules of the conflict had changed overnight. The Oreshnik's use marked a new phase in the war. The world was put on notice. The Oreshnik's debut followed a dramatic shift in Russia's nuclear policy. Just days before the strike, Putin approved a new doctrine lowering the threshold for nuclear use. Now, Russia allows for a nuclear response to any conventional attack threatening its sovereignty or that of Belarus. The definition of critical threat is vague, giving Moscow broad justification for escalation. The doctrine also warns that an attack by any NATO member could be treated as an attack by the entire alliance. This is a direct attempt to deter Western support for Ukraine. Putin's mixed messages, downplaying nuclear use while lowering the threshold, add to the confusion. The new doctrine blurs red lines and increases unpredictability. The world is now facing a far more dangerous and unstable nuclear landscape. The rules of engagement have changed, raising the risk for everyone. The Oreshnik strike and Russia's new doctrine sent shockwaves worldwide. Ukraine responded with defiance, demanding advanced missile defenses from the West. Belarus welcomed the missile, seeking deployment on its territory, putting NATO capitals at greater risk. Poland and other NATO neighbors expressed alarm, warning of a growing threat of global conflict. NATO leaders reaffirmed support for Ukraine, projecting unity but scrambling behind the scenes to assess the new threat. The Oreshnik forced a strategic reassessment across the alliance. Not all Western voices agreed. Hungary urged caution, while Russia's rhetoric escalated. Foreign Minister Lavrov compared the crisis to the Cuban Missile Crisis, highlighting the stakes. The divide between East and West has deepened. Tensions are at their highest in decades. The world is now in a new phase of confrontation. The Oreshnik has changed the conversation from local war to global risk. The stakes are no longer just regional, they're existential. The Oreshnik strike and Russia's new doctrine rattled global markets. Investors fled to safe assets, while European and US stocks fell and the euro weakened. The Russian ruble plunged, revealing the economic risks of military escalation. Even as Russia projected strength, its economy showed vulnerability. The shockwaves reached Asia, where North Korea blamed the US for rising nuclear tensions and reaffirmed its support for Russia. The growing Moscow-Pyongyang alliance is another challenge to global security. The Oreshnik's arrival has torn up old arms control agreements, reviving fears of a new arms race. Treaties that once kept such missiles out of Europe are gone. NATO may now feel compelled to develop similar weapons, risking a spiral of escalation. The world faces a new era of strategic instability. The risk of miscalculation is higher than ever. The Oreshnik has made the world a more dangerous place. The Oreshnik missile's debut marks a turning point in global security. Its speed, range, and multiple warheads challenge existing defenses and create new vulnerabilities. The risk of escalation has grown, with NATO and Russia locked in a dangerous cycle. Russia's new nuclear doctrine lowers the threshold for catastrophe. The line between conventional and nuclear war is now blurred. The psychological barrier to using devastating weapons is eroding. The Oreshnik is a symbol of renewed great power rivalry and the collapse of arms control. Its use in combat has already changed the strategic landscape. The challenge for world leaders is to de-escalate before it's too late. The safety of the world hangs in the balance.